Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we'll be making some vegan banana bread. This recipe requires no egg and it's a really simple and delicious recipe. The prep time for this recipe is only 5 minutes and the cooking time is 40 minutes. So you can get this over and done with in a total time of 45 minutes. It's delicious, light, and as I said before, it's vegan. You can have this for breakfast, brunch, any time of the day, and it's enjoyed all around the world. Now, what we'll make today is around 12 slices of banana bread with 205 calories. So yeah, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Now, the first step is to be using old bananas. Now, you can use new bananas, but if you have some old bananas lying around, they work perfectly as well. So we need around 4 medium-sized ripe bananas, or you can even have overripe bananas, or 300 grams ripe bananas, or in ounces you can have 10.5 ounces of ripe bananas. Now we don't want like the really black bits, but we want most of the bananas to still be in here. So we're just gonna get a knife, take out the peel. Nobody eats the peel. I'm just gonna put the banana, and then we're gonna be mashing it up with a fork. So while you're preparing the other things, you can just have one of your family members mash the bananas up until it's mushy into like a little paste. So yeah, we're just gonna mash this up, and the mashing takes around 2 to 3 minutes. So really, you just want like a baby food consistency. So yeah, you want to keep mashing this up. And after this, we're gonna be adding in some wheat flour. Now we have some wholemeal plain flour, and this is all our ingredients. And we also have some nutmeg, which we're gonna be adding later on. So yeah, we grind it, we remove the shell from the nutmeg, and we just use the pestle and mortar, and we crushed it up into a fine paste like we're doing right now. Now we only want to add pinches of this, which we're going to do later on, and this just gives it a lot of extra flavor, but too much is not going to be very good, because it's not going to be very sweet. So we also have some coconut oil, which we're going to be using. You can substitute the coconut oil for sunflower oil if you like. Now into the tray. First, we're going to oil up the tray with some oil. We're just going to spray the oil. We're going to brush it on, so it doesn't stick. Now you can see the banana has turned into a little mush, as you can see right here. And this is the consistency that we want. We don't want it to be too fine. Now we're going to add 1 cup or 250 milliliters of wholemeal plain flour. Wholemeal, you can even use other meal, but wholemeal makes it really healthy. But we're going to use 1 cup and 1.5 cup. So we're going to have 1.5 cups in total. So we're going to have around 375 milliliters of wholemeal flour. Now we're going to give that a good mix. And then we're going to be adding in 1/2 cup of coconut oil. So right now, yeah, we're getting our coconut oil. We're going to be adding in 1/2 cup of coconut oil. Now the whole flour in grams is around 180 grams of whole flour. Now we're adding in 125 milliliters of coconut oil, or 1/2 cup. Or you could use any vegetable oil as well, or sunflower oil. Now we're going to be adding in brown sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You can use cane sugar, or you can even use granulated sugar. Now this will give it that subtle sweetness that you need. So we're going to be adding in 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And yeah, after that, we're going to be adding in some vanilla. We're going to be adding in some vanilla essence. We want all of the brown sugar to go in, and we're going to give this a good mix. And now we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla powder, or 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract or vanilla essence. So we added that. Now we're going to give this a good mix. Now, and optionally, you can be adding in 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon powder, also known as daikini powder. But we're going to add in ground cinnamon. We're going to add in a quarter teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And after that, yeah, you can see there's some ground cinnamon we had. Now we're going to add 2 to 3 pinches of our nutmeg powder, which we crushed up and had from earlier. So you can see, if we just want to pinch it with our hands, we only want a little bit to go in, and this adds a lot of flavor. So yeah, you can just do this. And then after that, you're going to be adding some salt. And this is also optional. You can also add 1/8 nutmeg powder. And now we're going to add a pinch of salt. And we didn't add this, but you can also add 1 to 2 tablespoons of sunflower seeds, which is optional. Now we're going to add half a teaspoon of baking soda. And after we add half a teaspoon of baking soda, we're going to add 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. So right now we're adding half a teaspoon of baking soda. You can see it's turned into a brownish mush, and that's what we're going to be using. And now we only want 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, which will just make it rise up and make it fluffy. So yeah, we're just choosing. So make sure to get the measurements right, or else, we accidentally were going to put a tablespoon, but no, we remember to put teaspoon. 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, and that's all it's going to be for our dry ingredients and our wet ingredients. That's going to be our batter, and that's all we're going to use. And now we're going to put it, after this, we're going to put it into the oven for around 40 minutes, as I said. So now we're putting it into the tray, the cooking tray. As you can see, it's well oiled up from earlier. We brushed on that oil just so it doesn't stick. And this will be going into the oven for 40 minutes at 180 degrees. So yeah, it's just going into the oven, and yeah, the result was really, really good. Now we just let this in the oven, as now we're just going to chill. As you can see, now it's ready. We take it out. You can see how much it's risen and how fluffy it looks. After it's cooled down a little bit, we're just gonna slam it on the counter a little. And now, as you can see, it did not stick at all. That means we did a really good job. And now it's all ready. We're gonna give this a few cuts. And yeah, that's a whole banana bread recipe. It's a really simple recipe, and yeah, it's a really delicious recipe. Now, if you enjoyed this recipe, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, share this video with all your friends. Goodbye.